Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel Heart to Heart with Shikha, and today's topic is spirituality. Whatever I'm going to talk about, spirituality is totally based on how I have experienced spirituality, and I am not challenging anybody's beliefs in spirituality or religion. Everybody has a right to have their own opinion and their own perspective about these things. I'm only going to share my experiences and hope you can learn something from my experiences and start your process of ascension. I will be making these videos in parts only because there is a lot to be spoken about spirituality, and in every video I am going to explain you about everything that has to do with ascension, the way I have experienced it, and what are my opinions about it, and how you can implement those in your life and maybe reach where I have reached easily, and also do things in a more simpler way. Because what I have come to learn when I first time had my spiritual awakening and I started looking into things, why things were happening with me, the more I looked, the more confused I got, because people who were talking about spirituality were already much ahead of me, and so they were giving their views and opinions at a very high level, and which made it very difficult for me to understand. So I want to make spirituality more easy and make it a way of life rather than something which is unattainable for people like you or me. So stay tuned for all the videos in the future, but let's talk about what is spirituality and how I see it. So spirituality, the first thing I want to say here is spirituality is different from religion. If you are very religious, it's not necessary that you are very spiritual, or vice versa. If you are very spiritual, it is not necessary that you abide by the rules and customs of a religion. Now, spirituality is something which can be attained by anybody, no matter which religion you have been practicing or you were born in. You don't have to be of a particular religion to experience spirituality and take the path of ascension. Now, what is this path of ascension? So, imagine this, that we are in this big place. It's like a school, and we are all walking. Instead of studying in the class, we are all asked to walk on these long paths, and we are all walking together. And as we are walking together, we are also placed with, there are a lot of hurdles on this path. Like there are different things which we have to learn and overcome. And we are all doing that day in and day out, walking on this path. Some people are able to overcome these hurdles easily, and some people are struggling to overcome these hurdles. But then there are some people who are walking on this path, but they are taking every hurdle in their stride, and they are understanding that this hurdle is here, it's a lesson, and I'll learn and I'll move forward. And they're being very positive about it. And they're not expecting anything from anybody around them. When they are faced with a hurdle, they're not expecting somebody to help them to cross that hurdle. So if there's a big boulder in front of you, then these people will happily climb the boulder and go on the other side, and they will not ask somebody to help them to, cross that boulder. They might actually help others to cross the boulder, but they will not ask anybody else. So these are those people who are happily treading on this path, not complaining, and they're very content. And these are the people who actually are then picked up and they start ascending. Ascending as in they start reaching higher on that path. They're literally getting elevated on that path. So now all the people who are walking will reach their destination, but obviously they will reach their destination. They will take a longer time to get wherever they are getting. But the people who have begun to ascend or move up are the people who will reach their destination faster. Now let's talk about the destination. Where are we all heading? Where are we all going? We are all going towards the super consciousness. We are all going to go to a place where the super consciousness is present and where everything is very peaceful. Now all the religions talk about this place differently. Some people call it heaven, some people call it you get moksha in Hinduism when you are done with all your lessons. So where is this place and who is there? So this super consciousness, whom we all commonly know as God, is just one. And we all see this super consciousness differently based on which religion we belong to and what power we have been connecting to. I have been a very religious person since my childhood because our parents always taught us by practicing religion. They are both very religious, and both my brother and I understood and learned everything about our religion, learned all the prayers, followed all the customs, did all the fasting, and at the same time we also learned how to respect other religions. We always were taught to understand, to respect, and not shy away from feeling the power of God in whatever sense you want to feel the power of God. So we went to church school to study in Catholic schools, and we learned how to say prayers and hymns. I used to sing a lot of hymns in school, and our parents, they used to take us to famous mazars, which are actually in Islam, they are considered to be holy places. So there was no discrimination against any religion. And one thing my father taught me was that I have to love God. We should not fear God ever. Because so many of us fear God, and especially when we are young, then if we make a mistake, we always used to, think that, oh, God is going to punish me because I made a mistake. Now what? But God never punishes anybody. God is there to love us. God is there to guide us. It's we who, based on our past lives, experience our life differently in every lifetime. So going back to experiencing spirituality, how can you become a spiritual person so that you can start rising from that path which everybody is walking on and get to this place of peace and closer to the super consciousness? It's very simple. And why I'm saying it's simple? Because I am a very common person like you. I'm a mother, I'm a wife. I had a job, I have a job of a different kind now. But you can do it too. And all you need to do is start feeding your soul. All you need to do is become a positive person. And whenever you are faced with an obstacle in your life or a hurdle on that path you are walking on, instead of complaining and crying about it, take it as a lesson. Learn from it and cross it and move on. And when you will start doing that, you will start noticing that your vibrations start increasing. And slowly and gradually, you will start moving towards ascension, meaning you will also start getting lifted up from this path, and you will start finding a way which reaches to the super consciousness faster. It is difficult to come out of a situation when you are feeling very low. And I'm not saying it's easy to do that, but if you believe and if you start having that faith that whatever has been put in your way is nothing but a lesson which you have to learn at some point in your lifetime, then you will be able to learn that lesson and you will be able to move forward in a more positive way, and life will become better for you. And this is only possible if you believe in it. Nobody else is going to do for you. Spirituality does not mean that you have to leave everything what is there with you right now. You can still be doing whatever you are doing. You can still be a mom, you can still be a dad, you can still be a husband, you can still be a wife. You can still take care of your job, you can still take and do all the responsibilities you are doing right now. And that's how I feel about spirituality. Spirituality is not about running away from your life. The spirituality is about accepting your life and living your life without having expectations from others around you. Spirituality is about understanding the people who are around you and trying to help them, but not getting affected by their emotions. Spirituality is to come closer to God. Spirituality is not about saying your prayers. Spirituality is not about going to the temple or the church or wherever you go. Spirituality is about living a human life, a good human life. And that's when you get closer to God. So close your eyes today and see if you can feel God. Because God, whoever you call or refer to as God, resides right here within us. So do that, and in our next conversation, I'm going to talk again about some interesting topic which associates to spirituality in simple terms and connect with you. Also, share, like, and subscribe to watch more videos where I will talk to you about these conversations in very simple terms, heart to heart. So keep watching and keep living a soulful life. Take care. Bye.